Welcome everyone here today on this very cold and snowy day. First speaker, Dr. Jill Stein, co-chair of the Green Rainbow Party, also active with Citizens for Social Responsibility in the Massachusetts Coalition for Healthy Communities. We've heard the number 350. That is the safe level of carbon in the atmosphere. 350 parts carbon per million of everything else. You don't need to worry about it except that it's 350 and we need to get below it. Right now we're way above it. We're at 386. The problem is that when you're over 350, you're in the danger zone where ice melts and the planet becomes ice-free. And what that means is 20 feet of sea level if Greenland ice sheet goes, and there are warning signs already that this may be in the works. That's 20 feet of sea level. That's not a good thing if you live in southeastern Massachusetts. It's not a good thing if you live in Boston. It's not a good thing if you live in New York or Florida. We cannot yet have to stop all the fossil fuels, and we've got to do it really quickly. The scientists are saying we may have just a couple of years to turn this around. I want to introduce next David Dion, former selectman in Westport and spokesperson for the Massachusetts Coalition.
Hello everyone, thank you all for coming here today in this terrible weather and facing this adversity. We're trying to build a new future. You are the people that can build that future. You're willing to stand out in the cold, you can do this. I want to take about 15 seconds and thank a couple of people. The list starts with Sophie and Pauline Rodericks, who have given their home over to this campaign. And it goes from there to their two grandkids who made a bunch of these signs and made phone calls for this event. Those two are going on to Congress and the presidency. We're doing this for the grandkids. I'm going through this really fast. I'll be done in a minute. Give me a minute here. Listen, I want you to know, if you look up there, you'll see the smokestacks. That's the NRG plant. It was built. That plant was built. Hang on, I've been doing a lot of research. 1925. It was built during Calvin Coolidge's. In fact, it might be illegal to use it to make electricity. And we did some more research, and we're pretty sure, we're certain, that if the DEP tries to burn trash in it, that they're all going to get arrested and get a quarry. And then they'll change the law. This is a tough crowd, huh? You guys come on, quit crying out loud here. I know. All right, I'm done. Hey, listen, for 12 years, the coal industry has been lying to us, and they've spent millions of dollars to do that. They keep saying that global warming is not real. I know this is not the time to sell you global warming today, but it's real and we know it. And climate chaos is coming. But because of Al Gore and Ross Gelbspan and you, that dog won't hunt anymore. We know that global warming is real, that it's upon us, that climate crisis is here. It's a great big lie. Well, they can't float that lie anymore, so they invented a new lie. And the new bloody lie is clean coal. I want to tell you something. Not only is it a terrible lie, but just about every elected person has swallowed it. Hook, line, and sinker. And the reason we're here today is to say that there is no such thing as clean coal. And here's how I say it to my elected officials. There's no such thing as clean coal. There's no such thing as humane slavery. There's no such thing as equitable sweatshops. There's no such thing as moderated wife beating. There's no such thing as clean coal. I don't need the microphone. Okay, I'm done. From the bombed out hills of West Virginia to the murdered coal workers in Colombia, there's no such thing as clean coal. From the soot in the lungs of our neighbors who have to live next to these coal plants, to the dead polar bear cubs who starved to death this year, there's no such thing as clean coal. From the hot water going into Mount Hope Bay to the grandchildren who suffer with asthma, there is no such thing as clean coal. You might say today that I have a dream. And my dream is that we save the polar bears, that we retrain the people who work at the power plants to put in solar and to put in wind, and that we give to our grandchildren a world that we haven't destroyed. Thank you.
And now, thanks so much, Dave. I want to introduce Al Lima, city planner and active with Green Futures and other groups in the area on a whole host of environmental issues.
Hi, I'm not going to keep you long, but I just want to say that, basically, as a historian and city planner, what I found throughout history is that when civilizations come up against limits, they can't keep doing the same thing and survive. They have to change their way of doing what they do. And I think we're at that point. We're really into a new revolution.
I want to just acknowledge City Councilor Stephen Camara for being here today, and also give a shout out to the Coalition for Social Justice. Thanks so much for being here as well and supporting this event, and for all of your help. As well as the Massachusetts Coalition for Healthy Communities. So next I want to introduce Joe Carvalho, President of the Coalition for Responsible Siting of LNG Facilities.
This community is made up predominantly of hardworking blue-collar families, and hundreds of those have taken on a giant multinational corporation and have stopped them from visiting upon us an unsafe energy proposal with untested and speculative technology. Sound familiar? The Fall River is an environmental injustice community, meaning we get the stuff that harms us, that threatens our collective health and well-being, and whatever the rest of the state won't accept. By the two archaic coal-fired power plants that make up 2/5 of the filthy 5 right here in our area, the largest unlined dump in the Commonwealth, an incinerator that was out of compliance with the Clean Air Act for 35 years, to name but a few.
The president of the Massachusetts Coalition for Healthy Communities, who's going to talk a little bit about the national context of this event.
Thank you, Sylvia. I just want to let everybody here know that you are not alone. This is part of a nationwide movement now. This is getting to be really big. It's not just the people of Appalachia who suffered under coal for 100 years or so. It's not just the people of Somerset anymore. This is the nation. Tomorrow in Washington, D.C., there's going to occur the largest civil disobedience on the climate that has ever been seen. You're part of that movement. You've got reinforcements now. You're not here alone anymore. This is really big. I want us to keep in mind that we are part of a big movement, and don't let anyone undermine our movement, distract us from our goal. Our goal is not to switch from coal to natural gas. I think that our goal is clean, renewable energy, and to see these coal plants close down. We have people here who are going down to Washington tomorrow. If you're going, Eli is going to drive the van. Jill is going. There's a whole van load of people. We wish you the best. Whatever happens there at the coal plant in Washington, we wish for your speedy health.
So I also run